Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. Today we're going to talk about something that, if you've been following Narcissist and Empath videos, not only mine but other people's, there's a theme that I'm sure you've heard more than once. I'm going to theme mode. Let me light this. Get our cologne candle going here. It's just a really nice candle. Bougie. In fact, it was called Bougie. Yeah, I got rid of the package. Fire starter. Let's light the. Call my motor. Imagine if that was a doobie, that'd be huge. I think of Cheech and Chong right now. And again, no, I don't smoke pot. Can't stand it. Doesn't do anything for me. Except depress me and stuff sucks. Sorry, if you like it, I just don't. It does not work for me for shit. Oh, you should try it. I have tried it. I don't like it. Alright, let's talk about the wizard, Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. That's what we're doing, putting you into a story time. Alright, so a lot of people on these narcissist videos will say something and they're trying to get you to understand something, but it's almost like they're just like, oh, you're somebody and believe in yourself and you can do it. Here's what they're saying. They'll say, like, the reason why the narcissist is going after you is because you're special. Yes, that is true, by the way, but at least to me, it comes across as you're special and we believe in you, and it sounds fake. And the reason is because I don't think it was explained right. I'm going to explain it in a different way than that. So yeah, a lot of you, in fact, all of you that have been attacked by narcissists, they went after you for a reason. There was something about you that they wanted. They wanted your spirit. They wanted your soul. You have a light. You have an energy. You might have some kind of skill, ability. Like I'm a phenomenal energy healer. I'm the kind of guy that can like get a hit. I get like a feeling, whoa, what was that? And like, okay, take the Napa earthquake that happened a few years ago. I literally told someone, emailed them, and said there's going to be an earthquake in four days. And I first said 4.5. Like, no, it's 4 days and 6 hours. Within the hour, the earthquake happened. Okay, and the thing was, it wasn't at Napa. It was just over to the right. It's just a little off, and actually, this epicenter was in American Canyon. So I've done stuff like that my whole life. So my last narcissist wanted that ability. He just thought, well, I'll just like hang around and get it from him. Like, no, it doesn't work that way, bro. So there's something about you. You have tremendous social skills. You're probably really good at being intuitive and reading people. Why is that valuable to narcissists? Because they can't read people for shit. Okay. Here's one of the huge red flags when it comes to narcissists. They can't read people. And what I mean is they don't understand sarcasm at all. They'll be like, I don't understand. Are you making fun of me? You're like, it's a joke. Like, don't you get it? Like, what do you mean? Even when you explain it to them, their brain does not have the ability to think abstractly. That's a right brain process. Narcissists have left their emotion. The right brain is the emotional 5 senses processor. They don't want to feel emotions because it hurts. And they're right. When you get hurt, it sucks. But if you hide yourself behind your left, the brain of your left brain's wall, it's when you go in the box. And being in the box thinking, you can't think abstractly. So you can't put pieces together. And that's why narcissists can't understand sarcasm. So, I'm going to go back. What was my point here? Fuck. So yeah, okay, so here's the deal. You are keen at understanding something. And you probably looked at them out of the blue without even thinking. You've been doing it your whole life. You probably don't even know you're doing it. But you probably said something, oh, you want to go there? And they're like, wow, I was just thinking that. Wow, what a trip. And you keep doing it. And you don't even, a lot of you don't, you probably know now. But years ago, you probably were doing it and you had no idea how intuitive you were, how you were reading people, and you didn't even friggin' know it, okay? I think a lot of you in the last year or two are really starting to go, whoa, I can read people, holy shit, or well, how did I know that? A narcissist would love to have that gift. They don't have that. So now, let's go into The Wizard of Oz. That movie, beyond a shadow of a doubt, was 100% about narcissists and empaths from beginning to end. I'm going to go all the way to the very, very end. In fact, I think it's the last or second to last clip you can find. I actually saved it. I think there's 2 of them I saved. I'll try to find them, and I'll put them in the description if I can find them again, okay? So here's what happened. Do you remember how the lion, the big lion dude, he was always afraid and he'd run off and scared? Dorothy's like, why are you leaving? You know, because these bad monsters were coming, and he abandoned them and her and Toto. And then there was the scarecrow. If I only had a brain, remember that? If I only had a brain, you know what? I don't know. I remember the song. So at the very, very end, when Dorothy discovers that this big monster, the Wizard of Oz, is just this frail, fat, short little old man hiding behind a curtain, pulling levers and pushing buttons and speaking in a loudspeaker that amplifies his voice and scares people.
Well, this is exactly what narcissists do. They are all smoke and mirrors. When you see behind the curtain, you see who they really are, you're going to realize they are a scared little mouse. And when they realize that happens, that's when they get terrified.
People. Well, Toto pulled the rope. Now, I know I already talked about this, but this is different. I want you to understand something about you that this whole narcissist theme is about. That when you finally get this, the nightmare goes away. All right? So Toto, the little dog, ran up and grabbed the curtain in the corner and pulled it. And Dorothy's like, no, Toto, no. And then when Dorothy saw the Wizard of Oz, she goes, you're the Wizard of Oz? And she's like, you're a mean man. And that's the thing. Now, instead of being afraid of the Wizard of Oz, all of a sudden Dorothy's like, you know, Dorothy's now punishing, like a mom punishing a child. She was talking down to this old wizard dude like, you're this little spoiled fucking brat. You're this fucking child. Narcissist. Narcissists are like children. And that's the thing, is a lot of people tell you, once you see it, the fear goes away. You're like, they're like little children. In fact, with my last, my last narcissist, but my last, the one that I got entangled with pretty bad, I literally looked and said to someone that knew, so he's like a child. It's like I'm talking to a little spoiled 5-year-old kid that, mine, I want it my way. And it's just like, well, what is this? It was just weird. And that was the thing. It's like the curtain was pulled, and I saw behind the mask, I saw behind the curtain. I was like, oh, that's what Jesus. So I promise you, when you get there, you're gonna realize you were the one that they were afraid of. And that's why they were playing all these mind games, because they're trying to convince you that you're afraid. They're trying to convince you that you're weak. They're trying to convince you that you're not smart. They're trying to convince you by putting self-doubt in you that you don't have courage. And it's all about them. It's really them that's afraid. It's really them that has no courage. It's really them that doesn't have a heart and all that stuff. And they can't think. Their brains don't work very well, okay? And that's why I say that narcissists are idiots, because they are, okay? So here's the deal. So at the very end, Dorothy's like, why did you do this? And the wizard's like, I can't understand. What are you so upset? I'm not going to go verbatim, but he's just like, whoa. And at one point, I didn't memorize the verbiage, but at one point he looks at the lion and he goes, well, you do have courage. Because at one point the lion fought back. I forget what the lion did, but at one point he did something, stood up for Dorothy or stood up for himself. He goes, but you do have courage. You always have. And he goes, well, I don't feel like I have it, and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, well, you don't. And then he talked about, I think, World War II, or about soldiers after the war. They get awarded these medals of honor and medals of courage, a badge of honor, badge of courage. And so he said, well, okay. And he grabbed one and he pinned it onto him. And all of a sudden the lion, well, here's the thing. That soldier already had courage. He didn't need a badge after he's already shown his valor and his courage. He did all that valor and courage all those months and years of that war. He already had it. But that's the thing. You don't know it. That's the whole point of this whole story. So then there was the scarecrow who didn't have a brain. And so the scarecrow's, oh, I'm just dumb and I can't think. And fucking, it's kind of funny because I'm thinking of one of my older brothers who just constantly would be like, oh, you're an idiot. Oh, you're fucking. Well, no, I wasn't an idiot. I was a straight A student. I got a gene. The state of Wisconsin tested me 3 times. I scored.
Sorry, I was bumbling my words there. I got tested 3 times by the state of Wisconsin when I was a kid, and I scored all 3 times in the genius IQ level.
And when they found that out, they had to convince me that I was not smart. And so it was this big barrage of, you're an idiot, you're stupid, oh, you're dumb. That's all I fucking heard, right? Because again, the narcissist is insecure, and they're the one that's dumb. All right. So they need to convince you that you're not dumb so they can belittle you or convince you that you're dumb so they can treat you like shit. So what happened was the wizard goes, well, you don't need a college degree to be smart. You already are smart. And then I forget, but basically it was like the wizard, well, or not the wizard, but the scarecrow, well, I don't know. And so he goes, well, okay. And he gets him a degree. And the wizard changes his voice. Well, I now declare you doctorate of blah, 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 blah. And he hands him the degree. And I don't know if they put a hat and tassel on him, but the point being is they gave him the degree. And all of a sudden the wizard goes, the square root of an isosceles of 10 to the 10th power. And he just rambled off this highly intelligent thing. Like, whoa, what the hell? It's because now that someone gave him a piece of paper that says, you're smart, suddenly his smartness came out. It was already there. Same thing with the lion. The courage was already there. All right? And I don't remember what the Tin Man got. I'm so sorry I forgot that part. But Dorothy. So then the good witch, remember the witch of, was it the witch of the north? I think she was the good witch, right? So she's all beautiful and she's got her queen type hat on and she's this like angel. And then Dorothy's like, I just want to go home, and if I could only go home. And then the good witch looks at her and goes, Dorothy, all you have to do is click your heels 3 times and say, I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home, or something. I forget, there was some phrase like, if I could only go home, or whatever it is. And Dorothy goes, really? And the witch goes, yes, you've always had that power. And I don't remember if the witch said it or if people in the comments said it, is in the beginning of the whole movie, I think the good witch had even told her that, and Dorothy didn't believe it. Said, no, that's not possible. Dorothy had to find that out for herself. She always had the power of manifestation. She always had the power of being able to go home, just like that. And that, my friends, is what this journey of narcissist abuse is about. You already have the courage. You already have the brains. You already have the heart. You already have the belief to manifest. You just need to believe. Hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. God bless you guys.